Alright everybody, welcome back to North Dakota Car Guy, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make your own DIY front splitter, canard, front diffuser, whatever you want to call it. Basically it's a lip in the front and we've got some arrow bits. So I'm going to quickly go over all the tools you'll need. I'm sure I'm forgetting something and I'll need to get more or something along the lines of that. But this is just a quick little thing and then we'll get to it. So, first off, if you have an old bumper, definitely grab that because this is old. It's kind of broken, paint stripped. You know, it's a good thing to have a good format to drill holes, you know, to be kind of creative with and whatnot. So anywho, so we go ahead and we've got that, and then you're gonna need a jack stand. I need to grab a piece of wood to a flat piece, and then the most obvious thing is you're gonna need a big plastic sheet. Now I got this at, you can get these at like your local house parts, I don't know what you'd call that, Home Depot or like Menards, anywhere like that. And then my gloves, obviously. This is a universal canard kit, so these are canards. This is not a splitter, it's a canard piece, which will go onto the sides similar to this. Now you don't have to do this when you're doing a splitter, it's just to push the air, but we'll talk about that later. Anyway, I've got a torque spit set for our splitter rods. Now splitter rods are important, right? I'm not going to go over this lightly. If you are putting a big splitter in the front of your car, please mount these good splitter rods, these thick mounts, onto the chassis of the car, whether that's a bash bar or any part of the chassis, not the radiator, the chassis. You do not put these on your bumper, and I'll tell you why later. So anyway, get a good pair of these. These were $80, so it was expensive, but they're $80 for two. And then we have our bolts that come with the set with some washer. We have got some tape, some cardboard, and that's for like figuring out how big we want it to style. Then we have a bolt kit. This is good. This is in metric because the car's Japanese and they use metric, not English. So, and then we have our star bits, a wrench, some wrench and sockets, and that's basically it. One more thing, you're gonna need a drill, and then I forgot the saw that we're gonna need. So I know I forgot something, but I'll bring that out in a minute. So anyway, stay tuned and we'll get straight to building. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is I want to figure out how we can put these splitter... There, kind of breezy out today. I want to figure out where we can put these rods. Now there's a cool thing that I found, is that if you come down over here, under the front bash bar, there's actually these pre-made holes. And I think that was for a cover for this that got utterly destroyed. So, yeah, that's not coming out or getting a new one, but this actually fits like right where that hole is. There's also a wider hole here that's closer, but I want to put it here because I think that's where the most space I'm going to get. This also is going to come out of the front bumper at this angle, so it'll be kind of like that. And the purpose of that is so that the more I can push it out this way, the more evenly distributed the weight will be. So with that said, we need to figure out how we can get a bolt in here. Now, the bolt does fit. If I grab one, the washer will have to bend on a vise and a hammer. Oh, yeah. So if you look, this will actually fit perfectly in there. just like that. So it actually fits perfectly. The issue is how to access it. Now there's two ideas that I had. I can either cut into here and try to just reach something small enough to fit in there, like an Allen wrench, and then just twist this in there, which I'm thinking I'm gonna do. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that first and just drill a small hole, like right where we're gonna put that. So let's do that first. Alright, so sorry for this pine tree, but the way I've got this laid out is I'm going to have a lot of extra space on the sides here, because of what I want to try to do is we're going to make this line, and then we're going to come up around here like this, and then make another canard. So what we'll do is we'll heat this up, and then we're just going to bend it, and then it'll be like up against here. That's the idea, but if it breaks, okay, we can just cut it, and then it'll be done. So, we measured from here to here to be about 4 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a brick, or not a brick, but I'm going to take a cardboard piece and measure it to about 4 inches, and then I'll brush it up against here, take a pencil, just move a long way. So I'm going to build that right now. Alright, so that line right there is 4 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and try to bend this right at the 4 inches. This doesn't have to be perfect unless you want it to be. So there is our 4 inches. I always tell myself it's better to have too much than a little less. So if it's a bit wide or whatever, we can always trim down. But once that's it, that's it. There's no more plastic. We have to go all the way to town, which is an hour drive for me. Oh, I'm going to take this pencil, I'm going to stick it in here like that. Try to get it so it's, you know, about like that. And we can take this. Alright, so this is what I got so far. So we have, this is basically the layout underneath the car. So this right here is mainly the big pocket, and then right here is the mount for that goes under the engine basically, which I never realized was like right in the middle of the car, but pretty much right in the middle. So with that said, let's see. So basically we'd have this piece to mount, and then there'd be like a piece over here to mount, and that'd kind of be it. So the goal with this is to, or what we need to figure out is we can cut all this here, but then we need to figure out how we want to mount the underbody basically to the underbody of the car to the front splitter, because I don't want them to be the same piece, because we're gonna have to get our hand to like tighten the bolts for that. So what I'm thinking is we'll just cut along here, along the edge of this. There's like tape there, like that, and then I can finish that angle or whatever. So I get the new piece, and that come around like that. So then we'll have our underbody basically, and then we'd have our top or our front piece. So there'd be two different pieces. So come over here. I think I'm pretty much ready. I was gonna say I'm ready to cut, and I was like, actually no, not yet. We need to make our edge pieces. Now, something I wanted to do is I wanted to make this here flat. So I think I might have to push this out or push this in, and then we'll make our U-shaped piece here, cut like that. I don't know if I just recorded any of that, but basically we'll come here, and then we'll loop it up, or loop it, I don't know, we'll loop it here and then around, and it'll kind of come like this, and then down. Then we'll take that piece and then we'll just bend it up. And I've got some special clamps for that. Well, not even special, they're just average Home Depot ones. So anyway, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna take the bumper, put on the car, and then we'll start messing with the cardboard. Excuse me, got cardboard and how we want to angle this. So let's continue. Alright, so I'm going to run out of time, so I'm just going to go through this briefly. I didn't record the other side, unfortunately, because I'm dumb in the head. But what we're going to do is we have our forge here, and we're going to heat this up, and then we're going to slowly bend it. I'm going to use this first to just kind of bend it up to begin, and then I'm going to move over to this clamp, and then I'll show you how to use this. So I'm going to go ahead and just start because I'm running out of time. Just slowly heat it up. Don't go super close, just keep your distance, and it'll definitely heat up on its own. You want to keep the heat even and keep it on that line. or a little bit lower. You don't want it to go up. Right on the line. Until it starts to get kind of glazy on the top. It'll be hard to see on the camera, but you'll know what I mean. It'll get darker and it'll seem to get kind of hazy or glossy-ish. Alright, I'm going to take this piece of wood, put it under, right on the line. I'm going to take this piece of wood and then start to pry this up. Now I'm just doing the back side. Remember, don't force it right on the first one because you'll crack the plastic. I want to bring it up slowly over time. Alright, it's time to put all of the front back together. I'm so excited for this, you guys. After, no, that's not focusing, after a whole year of work and whatnot, that headlight is ready to go. Now, you can pull the headlight. And that is super glossy looking. Alrighty. Now, stick the logo.
Sweet. Oh.
You hear that?
That's your brakes. That'll be the next thing.